Hey, this is Ryan from 60 Cycle Home, the Guitar Podcast. Another day, another leak of Fender guitars just before NAMM. This popped up on my Instagram a little bit ago. And I gotta say, I think I like this group of guitars a lot better than the Meteora that was leaked yesterday. They're, kind of like funky takes on already classic Fender designs. You've got a Telecaster style guitar here that's gone Jazzmaster, and you've got a Stratocaster style guitar here that's gone Jaguar. And I think it's just a bunch of fun. I think this is more in line with what I would consider like collectible Fender style, like random one-offs, not one-offs, but like a limited run. Like these will probably run this year, and then who knows if it'll run another year. But let's go part by part over the Telecaster style guitar that's right here. You've got a Jazzmaster style headstock with what looks like, it's got Fender vintage style slotted head tuners on it. And it looks like it's hard to tell. It might just be this photo. It looks like there's binding all around the fretboard. Yeah, there is binding all around the fretboard. That's pretty dang classy. And then you have a Telecaster style body with a completely new pickguard cut on there. Two-tone sunburst, Jazzmaster pickups, which I recently have fallen in love with Jazzmaster style pickups. I've got a Jazzmaster on the wall over here that I've been playing around with. And then, of course, it's got a Mustang style bridge, which is interesting considering most people who get Fender offsets end up swapping out the Jaguar or Jazzmaster style bridge for the Mustang style bridge because it's a little bit more stable and it holds the strings a little bit better. It's interesting to see that Fender opted to put that fix onto this mashup, even though there's not a reference to a Mustang in this otherwise. And then, of course, there is the Fender offset style tremolo on here. And then you've got a three-way toggle switch for the pickups and a volume and a tone knob. Really cute little white witch hat style knobs on this. I really like that. The pickguard design is a little funky to my eye. There's this long swoop down here to the bridge, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's a little bit distracting to my eye, but I like the bottom edge of the pickguard following the body and coming down with that lower horn like that. It looks like the arm on this thing, on the tremolo, is shorter than normal. I'm looking over at my Jazzmaster right now, and it looks like a shorter arm. It's also interesting how close the tremolo is to the tail of the guitar. That's an interesting decision, and it's making me feel like I've seen this before, because I think I've seen that on another guitar where the tremolo was so close to the tail it was almost visually distracting. Otherwise, I think this is kind of a winner. I think it looks like the kind of guitar people would buy and add to their Fender collection as a curiosity, but also as a player's guitar. Someone who wants a Telecaster style body, but then some offset appointments to it. Just really classy looking, and it looks like it comes in a couple colors, two-tone sunburst, and of course that seafoam green in there, if I can get the iPad to show up here. And then let's talk about the Strat style guitar here, a Strat gone Jaguar. Really interesting. I much prefer the pickguard cut on this. Big hint to a Jaguar pickguard. Really funky element right down here where the pickguard swoops against the curve of the of the guitar's body. Let's go piece by piece on this. I don't have a high res on this because I think it was taken down from the site, but it looks like it has those same slotted style Fender vintage tuners that I'm a big fan of. It's got a bigger 70s style Strat headstock, or that might be a take on a Jazzmaster headstock. I'm not completely sure. This got your full Jaguar style controls on the top horn here, so your rhythm circuit, and it might be different because there's two up and down switches and then a roller. I'd be interested to read the specs on what's actually going on there, or maybe someone has some theories about that. Also, there is a three-way switch instead of the three up and down toggle switches for the pickup selector. 3 Jaguar pickups. I think that's a lot of fun. It reminds me of the Cyclone 2s that came out, and I've always kicked myself because I didn't pick one up when they were new and really cheap. It had 3 Jaguar pickups in it, and they sounded great and they played great and they're lots of fun. I'm really curious to see what other colors this comes in. I'm not a big fan of the Tort on red. I think it's classy looking, but I'd prefer it if it was like white or something else like that. And then you've got this really fun, you know, control plate down here with the 2 knobs and the output jack on it. And then, of course, another Mustang bridge and a Fender offset style tremolo. This one looks like, you know, it's hard to tell, but this one looks like it has a longer arm on it. It might just be the placement of the trim. You'll notice it's not butted all the way up against the end like those Telecasters are. So it's a little bit closer to the bridge, more like what they did on the classic player Jazzmasters or modern player. I can't remember the model, but they moved the tremolo closer to the bridge to get a little bit more of a break angle, make them more stable. I have a feeling that that Strat is going to be the better player because of that, where the Telecasters are going to play more like a classic Jazzmaster, but it's going to have some of the issues of a Jazzmaster or Jaguar. All in all, I think these are cool. I think they're a really fun, like, short run line from Fender. Who knows, maybe they'll get a couple years out of them, but I'm really thinking this is going to be a 1-year run, and then they'll be kind of, you know, in people's collections and things that people talk about in the future. Like, oh, remember when they did that? It was so funky. It's kind of like when they did the Pawn Shop series. A lot of people were big fans of what they did when they were doing the Pawn Shop series and are still, like, you know, collecting those guitars and buying them and selling them just to try them out because they were fun concepts. So I'm excited now about NAMM. I'm looking forward to seeing what else Fender has. Maybe there will be more leaks, or maybe this is the end of it. Let's hear your opinions down here in the comments. Tell me what you think about these guitars. Maybe someone from Fender will be reading the comments and getting ideas on what's popular and what's not and what there's demand for. Maybe they're waiting to put these into production for next year and they're trying to figure out how many they should make. This is all just speculation. There's probably no way anyone from Fender is watching this. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, give me nasty comments if you want. Dislike, I can handle it. Just subscribe. I just want your sweet, sweet numbers. All right, later, guys. See you in the next video.